Hey guys, this is Dan with Gears and Gadgets. Thanks for tuning in. Out here with another video a day till this channel hits 100K. This video, pretty special to me actually. So my father is here with his Chevy Traverse that he towed his, what is this, Springdale? Not entirely sure. We'll get from him in a minute what the specs are on this trailer. He came in from Buffalo, New York, and we are going to swap out his old, what is the brand of that hitch? This is Dan Sr. Going to be an interesting video to edit because between the two of us, it's not going to be very PG-13, but we'll figure it out. So what we're doing today is we're actually switching this Curt weight distribution hitch over to the WaySafe middleweight weight distribution hitch, and this should be pretty interesting because this, would you call this like the budget option?
321 bucks. Not super cheap, but
nope. We are going to go to a hitch setup that costs almost $1,000, and we'll see how this whole thing tows. How many miles was it here?
It's like 2,500 to get here, and it's about the same back.
I mean, we're not going to really get any impressions of what this thing is like until you get back to Buffalo. So what I'll do is I'll do like a FaceTime call with you and have you kind of go over how it was after the whole trip. But
I expect to notice right away with the trucks passing and that little bit of a drag that it has on it. I expect that to go away.
So you saw, when you were with this one, you said it wasn't really swaying too bad in the wind, but you felt it with the tractor trailers quite a bit?
Felt it with the tractor trailers, but it does sway in the wind. But I keep the tension looser when it's real windy while I crank it down.
All right, well, let's start sweating our ass off and getting this thing installed. We set up a tent out front here with my new favorite tool, the swamp cooler, to keep us a little bit cool out here. It's about gonna be 115 degrees today. So what is, real quick, the specs on this trailer? What's the length on it?
Length is 22 feet, 8 foot wide, 10 foot tall.
So it's a 22-foot trailer, and do you know what the weight of it is roughly?
About 4,800 pounds, I believe.
So kind of a mid-size setup, mid-size SUV, mid-size trailer, nice little setup for him and his fiance to kind of tour the world here. Now, the wild thing is that it's actually been so hot here in Phoenix, the air conditioner basically was just overheating and turning off. So not so much of a success here camping in Arizona, but we'll see how it goes. So let's get this thing underway and start getting it installed. So we got to deconstruct all your current.
That's a cat's ass. That's it.
All right, deconstruction deconstructed. Here's all of our parts and pieces. There's one more box. All right, so there's one key. Barrel keys, one key for all of it.
So how did you get such a relationship with these guys that they sent you a setup?
They sent me one of their hitches. When we were first moving back from Arizona to Buffalo, I had reached out to them, and they were like a brand new company, and they were like, yeah, sure. I've towed back and forth across the country with that one. And then I just never did a great video for them. So let's go ahead with the unboxing. This version happens to be the 2-inch shank and the 6-inch drop.
Threw up in my mouth a little bit.
I was at SEMA, then they had a booth there, and I stopped by and I was like, hey, I owe you guys an apology. So you guys sent me one of your hitches years ago, and the guy's like, I didn't work there then. He's like, yeah, anytime you need anything, reach out, let us know. So with this whole thing, I was like, I'm ping that guy real quick and see if, and they were super cool about it. All right, what do we got here? This is, all right, so owner's manual. This is that drawbar. So what I'm looking for is, where are the actual trailer brackets?
Those are small. Here they are.
Pull that whole hitch assembly out.
Yes, they are. They're right here. I think calculations are going to be the longest thing to do.
It's going to be interesting. I mean, they got this thing dialed down to a science for sure. I mean, I don't know. It's really wild how they put all this, the thought that they put into it.
The engineering always fascinates me.
Okay,
but this
is on the brackets.
This is engineered really well.
So I said I'm hoping to get up there and actually tour their facility with it, because it's all made in the U.S. This is that bar for your torsion bars, and then they've also got the adjuster for that bad boy there. But and here are your murder sticks. These things are. How much do you think those things weigh?
I don't know, but those are just as heavy. You felt it taking them in, right?
This is
these can't bend.
These things are beefy as hell.
If this thing was not, if they were like hollow tubes, they'd probably bend them.
Hardware washer that I'm throwing all over the place. I think that's everything.
Pretty simple. Should be done in 5 minutes.
Here's all of our hardware for the trailer. This is the ball, obviously, that's set up there. The drop bar, torsion bars, hardware. So let's start swearing. I always like to throw a little bit of love to companies who send out good quality colored instructions, way better than having like loose leaf paper flying all over the place.
Shows the quality of the product.
Yeah. They've also got QR codes, so if you start getting tripped up on your installation, you can go to those videos and watch those also. 27 to 32 inches. 32. It's gonna be a little bit tight on this bracket, but we'll see. I think we should be able to get it to work. A little bit tight to your battery box.
Yeah, and that's not gonna be easy to move, so.
Are you 30, 32?
About there.
We might, yeah, we're probably gonna go, let's go to 30, I guess.
Okay. Can't wait to see this thing work.
Lock washer bolt.
Give you enough bolts for the hole.
And then I guess just go to the one that makes sense. This is where I start not reading instructions, and then 2 days later we're pulling it all back apart when you're on the side of the highway. It's actually tight top and bottom. It doesn't have a whole lot of play either way. Okay, so you want to grab the other side?
And that can't bottom out because it can't go any lower than thing there. So yes, sir.
So we got.
Are you centered? You're centered on these, right? Yes.
I'm centered on the 30 right now. Yeah. So we got this battery box that's kind of in the way, which we're not moving that.
I did the wrong bolts. Same thing.
Oh, did you? Same thing I did.
Runs in the family.
I think you're right. The calculations will probably be the hardest part of this whole thing.
Might not even be hard. It might just be time consuming.
Did you download that app yet?
No.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that all out too. What's going on with my swamp cooler there? What's that noise?
Ticking.
Oh, I'm out of water. I never turned the hose back on.
So you're starving it.
They always say it's best to run pumps bone dry. All trailer bracket bolts torqued to 90. One tooth at a time.
I could pull this right off.
Work smarter, not harder. Look at this.
Yeah.
It's like being smart.
It beat.
It's nice not having to run up and down the stairs into the basement to grab all your tools, huh?
Yeah, my tools are not in the shape that yours are. All over the place. I don't know. I don't understand where you got it from, because Papa was pretty good about it. I stink at it, and you're good at it. Everything is organized in its place.
I try.
It says 9 inches below the top of the trailer coupler for the middleweight, and it's close to 10.
The heavyweight trailers, they're talking like 20,000 pound trailers and shit. So you have to be, it said 9 inches down?
9 inches down below the top of the trailer coupler. So
we're just 9 inches from the top of the frame.
I think the 9 inches from the top of the frame.
Okay. 9 inches to the top, it says?
Yes.
There you go.
Are they here?
Yep. All right. It's got the squared side on the other side to hold the bolt. So I'm. If you want to do that side, we're the third hole down.
Torque all to 90. It's written right on the face of that.
Yeah, I saw that. Run those, and then I'll torque them down.
I'm always keeping an eye on low, like for bottoming out. Like if you ditch down, this thing goes up. Oh, this goes up to there. So this is always down about that height. Son of a bitch. Looking good to me. Done. How hard is it?
Hook it up. We're good.
Why overthink it? I think I'd like it as low, and I think that's going to make it level.
All right. We'll say that's going to be the height. Does that seem? Where's your old one?
Good idea.
Oh, we're actually lower.
Good. I want it to be. That's
yeah,
like
we're like an inch lower, which is kind of what you're looking for,
that's
right?
That's what I wanted. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what it shows.
What's it say to tighten that down? That's got to be
150 to 300 foot-pounds.
I love that range. Like,
well, it's a nice. As long as you're in between, you're good.
I'll just have you hold.
Got an adjustable, or?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll have you hold an adjustable on that side. So 150 to 700. What was it?
150 to 320.
So we'll go 230. 230 sounds good to me.
Yeah. Hold on. I don't think I'm gonna do it that way. So let's go. All right.
It was really
about time. I don't think I could have held it anymore.
I should have stopped turning at some point, right? All right.
Thank God.
All knuckles intact.
I don't think I could have done it anymore.
Maybe we shouldn't have gone to 230.
Thank God it wasn't 320.
Yeah. All right. So now we're done. See ya.
Great hookup.
Yeah.
Pull the.
Oh yeah. Pull those pins. This whole thing is so nice. Like everything's Nice powder coat finish to it. It says to take these out to 90.
Oh, I think you gotta loosen it. Oh, maybe not.
No, you gotta be stronger.
Oh, yeah, okay. And younger.
Yeah. All right. A little more. You're good. It'll go back, right?
Oh, it'll ride right down on it. Yeah, that I like 500 and
Oh, you got, what does it say?
just over 500. That's it's supposed to be 485 empty. The side thing says 485.
53.
53. Use the.
Oh, 53. All right. All right, there's a red marker there somewhere.
Measure the straight line from the spring arm to the center of the trailer brackets. Always using the side of the spring arm closest
Now it's gotta be
to the
straight.
tow vehicle.
All right, straighten it out. You're good. Yeah, wait and see how hot those wrenches got in a matter of 10 minutes sitting out in the sun.
Yeah, first time I did that, I was like, oh!
Yeah.
Oh, you got to wear gloves to just do work.
It's different versus back in New York when you're working on a car and it's freezing cold outside and you grab a frozen wrench.
In inches, measure in a straight line from the swing arm to the center of the trailer bracket.
29-ish.
28 and 3/4 maybe.
So we'll just say 29 then.
Okay.
Just average them out. All right, now we need to run the measurement to the center of the axle of the trailer.
173 and a half.
The goal is hopefully you can get this high enough that you don't need to wrestle with that. We're there. All right, are you there on that side yet?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're way there.
Okay.
All right. Take that, drop it over. Download the WaySafe Hitch, the WaySafe app, because it's going to go through and do all the calculation and tell you what you want that to say, I guess. So,
Gross vehicle weight.
yep, 6173.
Max cargo capacity payload 1599.
Yep,
Gross combined weight rating total.
10,000 pounds. It's a 2-inch shank. So 5,000 pound max hitch, 600 pound max tongue weight, done. Max gross trailer weight.
Well, maybe
Pretty
it's
sure it's 4,400.
all right. Let's go to 4,400 then.
So gross vehicle weight rating is 4,400, max cargo capacity is 1,100.
Passengers and
Oh, yeah,
cargo
yeah.
pounds. I'll say 500, and that's kind of high. But don't we change tongue weight by adjusting
Yes,
this?
that's what I'm doing now.
It says 410 to 615.
DTW safe zone. Safe zone. So the distributed weight. We want this to go up.
A little bit more is 12. A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. Nope, keep going. Okay, about 12 right there.
That's what we were looking for. That's the nice thing about the app is it tells you kind of where your safety is.
It
You know.
pretty much tells you if you're really screwing
Yeah.
up. But feels great.
Give it hell.
Okay. 33 3/4. 32 3/4. 33 3/4. That's the same as that one, right?
Yep.
And 33. So this drops 3/4. That drops an inch,
that's
right? So
Total. This.
it doesn't look bad now, and that looks higher. So
Step back. I think this actually looks really good.
Yeah, well, that looks sweet. What's the hitch reading? Drop down to 11.
1,100. So we can actually torque it up a little bit if you want, which will maybe raise the back end a
Didn't
little.
it say 11 was optimal?
So 1,200, I think. Oh, 11 to 12. Yeah, I think that looks pretty darn solid.
And it did. It just feels good. Does this? I'm not equating that. This slides back and forth.
That's what I'm saying. That's going to be your sway, because that's what your other sway bar is doing, is creating tension, and so you eliminated that because now you have tension on here, and that's so now actually technically if you think about it, you had a sway bar on one side. Now you have a sway bar on both sides.
Yeah. That is going to be a big one.
This should make a huge difference.
And the sway bar was always on the other side.
Yes.
So, and by design, it tells you where to put it.
Because the chains don't do or sway. The chains just distribute the weight, but that sway bar was on one side, so now you have tension on both. I think you're going to notice a big difference.
I like it. I like their calculations. They run the calcs, they make everything work, and how do you argue with it?
All right, so it was a long day. We ended up getting the trailer all hooked up. It's set up, ready to go. My father's actually going to be hauling out of here tomorrow morning at some point, leaving Phoenix and heading up to Sedona, and he's going to get kind of his first impressions on this WaySafe middleweight weight distribution hitch. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, we actually screwed up. I have only ever towed with a standard regular trailer hitch. I've never needed to use a weight distribution hitch. So honestly, the whole thing is relatively new to me. But we started going through this whole process, and the WaySafe app makes this very easy to figure out all of these weights, but it's also very easy to overthink the whole thing, and that's exactly what we did. So when you first drop the trailer on the ball, it gives you that tongue weight, and for some reason in our minds, we ended up going with like an estimated tongue weight. I don't know why. It's just one of those things like groupthink. We just started going in the wrong direction. So we have to make a minor tweak to the hitch tomorrow when he leaves here, maybe just pick it up a little bit. So I think those measurements where we're about 1 inch to 3/4 of an inch of a drop front to rear are going to come up just a little bit, probably not too much more, but the distributed weight needs to go from about 1100 to about 1250, and that should make a difference there. So really cool. Also a great opportunity to make a video with my father, which I haven't done on the channel before. So I'm going to have an update to this and see how he does with this hitch as he tows heading back east. And I'm really interested to hear how much better this was than the outgoing hitch, which he has left here on the floor for me. This is the Curt weight distribution hitch. And this is what I was talking about with the sway control, is that the old sway bar system, you only have one bar here that's designed to stop the sway, and the bars are basically doing the distribution. So should be a much better situation there. Again, thank you guys very much for tuning in. Again, if this is your first time tuning in, please hit that subscribe button down below. Remember, likes go a long way to help support the channel. I will see you guys tomorrow.